What's good, YouTube? I'm gonna tell y'all the 5 things you should focus on as a brand owner, coming from somebody who's been running a brand for 5 years. You feel me? We got money saved up, we got retirement, goddamn taxes are in order, goddamn we still here 5 years later, gang. And in these 5 years that I've been running a brand and helping other people like push their brand, what have I learned and the misconceptions about what to focus on, you know what I'm saying? And I think one of the biggest misconceptions that people try to focus on is the social proof slash celebrities wearing your shit, pretty much, to put it in regular words. And I want to just let y'all know that that is not nearly as important as the product and the consistency in which your brand is putting out, bro. Because I've gotten this shit on fucking athletes, billboard artists, goddamn, you can go click around on my shit, models, people with fucking hundreds of thousands of followers, and that shit is not gonna push your sales, bro. Like, and the sales is what creates your longevity, tied with the product. You need to, like, I'll get into that later, what I mean sales, for real, because I really mean bookkeeping and keeping track of your profits and shit. Because if you're not doing that, you just have a fucking hobby, and if you want it to be a hobby, that's cool, but it's not going to be able to give you like financial freedom in a sense. And I have financial freedom at a certain level. Of course, there's levels to this shit, but you just need to, once you unlock that first level of financial freedom, the rest is on the way, and that's what I'm doing now. But pretty much that first misconception is trying to get this shit like on celebrities so much. And you got to think about it like, is your brand actually something that resonates with people, or is it something that they buy because they see somebody else wearing? And what's gonna happen when you stop getting that shit to those people? You know what I'm saying? And more often than not, these like celebrities and shit, they don't tag you and shit. Not that they have to, bro. Like, they're wearing your shit that's already like a super great, like, that's just real as a human. Like that's a good, like, you know what I'm saying? They're doing good by you. But if you think that like getting your shit on these certain people is gonna push your brand to the next level, it's not gonna do that. It's gonna help your social proof. It might spike your sales, but if you want to do this shit for a long time, like I've been doing it 5 years, I want to do it 20, 30 more years, you need to focus on the consistency of how your brand makes people feel, and how consistently can you push out a product that's in line with the rest of your shit. And if you're a true artist, it kind of just, it's you're translating your creativity into clothes. So it should not be difficult at all. You know what I'm saying? If you think you could just make a tech pack, send this shit to China, and fucking get some shit back, and you're just gonna make a shitload of money, this shit is not get rich quick, bro. Like, and I guess that could put me to my second point, where I said bookkeeping and sales. It's like, you need to keep track of every single fucking thing that you're spending money on, that you're putting money into, that you're buying, that you're wasting money on, bro. Every single dollar you fucking get, you need to track it, right? And for a long time, until you hit a consistent point of like allocating money into different areas, like, okay, this is for business, this is for personal use, this is for savings. You know what I'm saying? You need to be throwing the entire fucking profit back into your brand, bro, if you want this shit to last long. And don't buy bullshit, and keep track of it, bro. Because if you're not profitable, then what the fuck are you actually doing? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that like be profitable as a point where like that should be your main focus, because you still need to make this shit like consumable or attainable for all types of people. This is more important than that celebrity connection shit I was just talking about. You need to focus on, is your business slash brand actually like moving, bro? That's the main, honestly, the main focus of this shit, aside from the consistency of what you're putting out and like how you're making people feel with your brand. Like, when they see it, what do they think? Like, what level is it fall into just off of visuals? You know what I'm saying? That's more important. And then secondly is the bookkeeping. You need to track all the shit, and don't blow your back on stupid shit. Stop trying to get it to famous people, and stop like just wasting your profits on bullshit. I don't have partners like in this shit that I parted ways with, that we would get profits and I would throw all my profits back into the shit, and they would go and buy diamond fucking bracelets and shit like that. And ultimately, they didn't have no money to reinvest into the shit. So it just got a little mixy, had to cut them off. But as a brand owner slash business owner, because this is a business, bro, if you're keeping track of it, it's a business. And you're keeping track of profits and margins and whatnot, where your money's going, it's a business. If you're not doing that shit, it's a hobby game. Because you need to understand the movement you have and like where is it, what is everything doing? Like, does this even make sense? Do you need to rethink what you're doing and shit? It's like you will have no idea of that unless you track everything, and you won't see like exponential growth unless you throw every single fucking dollar back at it, bro. So that's like 2 misconceptions I went over is the celebrity connections and like social proof. That shit is not going to take you to the next level like you think. Of course, when you get to a certain point, it can be the shit that like pushes you over the hump. But if you're just relying on that to make a brand, then your brand is not even about like the clothing or whatever product you're making or the consistency. It's about how consistently can you get it onto people. And at that point, are your customers fans of those people, or are they fans of your brand that will appreciate most of the things, if not everything, that you put out? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want your brand to be based off, and how long do you want to keep doing this shit? That's what we should focus on. And then the bookkeeping shit and just reinvesting all your money is how you continuously do this shit. And you need to keep track of everything, again, because if you're like me type shit, you gotta pay your bills, bro. You gotta reinvest in the business. You gotta do marketing. You gotta do all this shit. You can't do that shit if you're not tracking everything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people fuck up when they have like, they sell bulk and they're waiting for it and they spend money and now you don't have no money for shipping. For me, I done did that shit a couple times. That's how I know how this shit goes. But that's what you need to focus on is consistency and bookkeeping. For real. I'm trying to think of some more right now. But those are really the main carriers. And yeah, bro, it's just consistency through everything. Consistently tracking your shit, consistently like analyzing how this business is going, consistently tracking, is this shit working or not? Don't keep doing some shit that's not working, bro. You just need to keep putting up shots, but shots that are like calculated based on the data you have and like the consistency of your product and how well is it just in line with your brand. You know what I'm saying? Not so much about making the craziest thing, not so much about fucking like trying to go viral every single fucking time. Are you building a brand, or are you building a viral moment? Are you building a brand, or are you building a fucking SMS list? Are you building a brand, or are you building like hype? You know what I'm saying? Like hype dies down. You know what I'm saying? A brand is people that like genuinely support your vision. They appreciate your vision and they want to grab a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. It's just consistency across everything. You know what I'm saying? And that only happens if you're consistently outputting shit. You're consistently tracking so you can able to reinvest, being responsible and shit. That's what you need to focus on, bro. Being responsible for your brand. How's it gonna grow? And that's through consistent output and consistent tracking of the business side. Otherwise, you're just gonna be fucked and be like, where did my money go? And you don't have shit to reinvest, and you're just gonna be starting back at square one every single time because you're fucking up your money. You know what I'm saying? And focus on the consistency of the products and the imagery and the marketing, whatever the fuck, because that will allow your brand to look like it's constantly hitting like new milestones. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you gotta elevate every now and then, just so you can see your own growth. But that should be natural, just how it should be natural to come up with ideas because it's your brand. You know what I'm saying? This is not for the people that just fucking download tech packs off fucking sea eggs and just fucking, you know what I'm saying, download a fucking a Alibaba list from somewhere, buy it, and then you think you're about to get rich as fuck. It's not how it happens, gang. And the bookkeeping also is an important part because I don't know if y'all know this, but a lot of people, it's social media at the end of the day, right? Social media is the carrier to this shit because everything is so much about imagery, right? What you need to understand is if you're not gonna get rich quick, and what you also need to understand is a lot of people have like credit cards. They come from well-off families, which is amazing, but it's like not everybody has the same starting line or the same stepping stones, bro. So you're gonna have to focus more on other things so you can consistently like have this brand exist. You know what I'm saying? To make it like a lifestyle. And as you go along the way, I said don't worry about like the celebrity fucking ties and like social proof as much, but as you get further along the way, you will naturally meet people who see the skill you have, and it'll take you to more places. But it starts off with first being consistent with your output, keeping track of your expenses and your bookkeeping so you can reinvest responsibly, and that'll just take you further places. Like a lot of the connections I've met is people respecting like the output that I've done and the longevity. You know what I'm saying? I'm on year 5 of this shit, bro. You gotta imagine like how many brands I've seen that have come and gone, and it's like it's too many, bro. And it's ultimately just because they fuck up their money because they're not keeping track of this shit for real. It's not because they make bad products. It's not because like, you know what I'm saying? It's because they fucked up their money trying to have fun, like trying to live like they made already. If you have a good 1 year gain, you need to have another year gain. Like how long are you trying to do this shit? And unless you're a genius and you just touch like fucking 500% profits and you just fucking saved and invested like fucking like 50% of that, again, you're gonna have to do that shit again and 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 again, depending on how long you want to do this shit for. So this is not for the get rich quick. This is not some get rich quick shit. This is not if you think you can get rich quick off this shit. This video is not for you, bro. This is for people who are actually trying to build something. And I'm speaking from the perspective of somebody who's been in this game for like 5 years, and through my output, it's been respected by people that I meet, and now I'm helping other people start their brands and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't focus so much on looking like you made it. Do not do that shit. Like you're gonna fuck your bread up. You need to just reinvest everything at the beginning and just focus on being consistent with the output, bro. I couldn't even tell you 5 things I learned because that's really the main ones. The celebrity shit is not gonna fucking bring you consistent anything. That shit is social proof, which will help you gain other like ties, but just because this person puts your shit on does not mean you're about to touch like 100K that year or 200K or 300K, whatever the fuck, right? My best year of business, I had no marketing. You know what I'm saying? And I damn near like, after my best year in business is when I started getting like crazy like social proof and celebrity connections and shit. And more often than not, they're not even gonna tag you and shit, gang. So that's why I don't know if I said it in this take or the past take, but unless you're getting that shit on like a real cultural like person who people go to for styling and clothing, and they just copy everything they do, it's not gonna hit like you think it is, bro. For real. And how long do you expect these people to wear your brand and just like you're not paying them, gang? They're not your mascot type shit. That's and how people, a lot of those connections that you see is like they probably knew each other from some other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not just because like, oh, your clothes is so hard, like I'm just gonna keep wearing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's a lot of smoke and mirrors with this shit. Like I done had some shit that'll get like thousands of like damn near 10,000 of likes and flop harder than some shit. Like it'll flop hard, right? Versus some shit I'll get like 800 likes and fucking do like 5 figures off that shit. You feel me? It's just focusing on output, gang, and bookkeeping and shit. And I'm trying to think of more shit to tell y'all, but that's really all it is, bro. Being consistent. And yeah, bro, the marketing and shit, I done spent thousands a month on marketing. I done spent hundreds a month on marketing. I just told you my best year in business was when I didn't even have marketing. I didn't even have a meta ads fucking account set up, and that was my best year in business. You know what I'm saying? Just bookkeeping, be consistent, bro. If you want this shit to be a business, a lifestyle, financial freedom, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little boring on the way. You can't just reinvest every single fucking day. You might want to feel like doing that shit. Maybe you gotta just chill today and reinvest next week. Wait till that package comes and then reinvest in some more shit. Wait till you do shit. This shit is not a get rich quick scheme, bro. You're gonna have to wait. You have to be patient. And in that meantime, just think about what you're gonna do next. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, you'll get to a point that I've like kind of come to now, where you can think about what you're gonna do, like pre-plan shit in advance. But if you're not at that point financially because you haven't been bookkeeping for your business, then that shit is never gonna come, bro. And you'll realize that like the way you keep a business alive is throwing all the fucking money you can at it until like it gets to a point where you can think more and just sit back and just be like, okay, so what am I gonna do next? Because now you're past the point of becoming a brand and you're at the point of how do I make this shit last forever? You know what I'm saying? And this is year 5, we're going into year 6, gang. We've already passed our lowest year in sales type shit. That's all you need to do is just do better than your like year before, or do better than your worst year, and you're on the way to some shit. Not every year is gonna be fucking 600K, 100K, fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's just the clothing. I don't know if you know, but the clothing business is like cutthroat as fuck because trends are constantly changing. Like the margins are crazy. There's like customer service. It's like creativity. It's like fucking marketing. It's fucking bookkeeping. It's so much shit more than just what the product is. But that is the main thing that will keep your shit alive, is the product and bookkeeping and understanding at what point is your business at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try to think of some more shit for next video. That's all I could think of this one. But yeah, bro. This shit is a long game, bro. You shouldn't be trying to do this shit. Just pop it 1 year and then you're fucked. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? I've seen that shit too many times, gang. And this is some shit that I thought of that might help y'all. For me, I would ramble a little bit, but if you watch my other videos, you know I be rambling. So, welcome to the channel, bro. Click around. If you think I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, you might be wrong, bro.